Hipper here. So, I am missing my Colbert, and I am missing it a lot. So I thought I would put up a Colbert battle today. So just make sure that no one forgets about this ship, because I had so much fun in this legendary agile cruiser here, and just look at it here, like you know, moving that stern there. It's just so much fun, this ship. I really miss it. So naturally I run this ship with an agile build, and I use the agile French commander, and inspirations I have Assure Lane Baltimore and Takao, and that gives you pretty much the most agile cruiser at legendary tier. 2-second rudder and 37 knots. Doesn't sound like much, but look at that circle radius, turning circle there, 620 meters. But the speed is without speed boost on. So if you notice in this battle here, when I pop the speed boost on, I reach somewhere along like 44 knots or something like that. And that's just nuts. 2-second rudder, 620 meter turning radius, and 44 knots. Yes, please. I love this ship. I hope that Wargaming doesn't fiddle too much with it before it's actually released for real. But if they do, I hope they don't do too much to it. So if you're listening, Wargaming, don't touch my ship. It's perfect. Unless, of course, you want to buff it, that's fine. But nerfing, So this is something as rare as a division battle on my channel. And I'm actually divisioned with Let 'em Peek and the Tex Wiz. And we had a lot of fun in these divisions here. And Tex and I also teamed up with Hustle, if you know him. And we did some triple Colbert divisions. And I'm just going to kiss Peek here lightly on the cheek. Obviously I wasn't paying attention. Or Peek was just in the way. I think that he was just in the way. So anyway, like I said, we also did some triple Colbert divisions, and that is a lot of fun. It really is. This is a very entertaining ship, and this ship, along with Minotaur, has pretty much, well, not single-handedly, but the two of them have, well, double-handedly changed legendary tier for me. And as soon as Colbert is back, I will probably be finding myself at legendary tier 90% of the time. Because when the ship disappeared, I had such a hard time going back to tier 7 cruisers. Like even going back to Edinburgh, I found the reload so slow, and like I was like used to Colbert and Minotaur with about a 3-second reload, and you go back to Edinburgh with a 7-second. It's just a world of difference, really. And these two ships have made legendary tier fun for me, and I will probably be found a lot more at legendary tier when once Colbert is released. Minotaur is already out, and I already play that a lot, and I really enjoy it. But it's not the perfect ship for me, and neither is Colbert for that matter. But it's very, very close. I mean, Colbert doesn't have torpedoes, and that's pretty much the only problem with this ship. Other than that, it's fantastic fun. And if you just play it a little bit differently than an agile torpedo cruiser, you'll still do fine in this ship here. I played this ship around 30 battles solo and 30 battles in a division, and it's definitely a good ship, and it's a lot of fun to play. So is there anything I would change about the ship? And not really. If anything, I would probably give it just a little bit more health, a few more hit points, probably 38 to perhaps even 40, because I saw a lot of players getting death struck in this ship here, and on paper it looks like a very powerful ship with 32mm armor and fast firing guns. But in reality, you don't have a radar, and you don't have torpedoes. So it is a challenging ship to play, I'd say. First and foremost, it's a fun ship to play, and that's exactly what's needed at legendary tier. We need fun ships to play, and Minotaur is definitely fun. Colbert is absolutely bundles of fun, and it's just a great ship, really. And I miss it so much. One of the things I really enjoy about this ship is that you can play this ship with an agile build in a division without, being, a weight around the leg of the division, because that you don't have a radar, and you're not really expected to, take up radar positions or anything like that. You're pretty much an opportunistic ship. So whatever is spotted is what you fire at, and that's what agile cruisers do extremely well. And that's also why this ship is just so much fun for me. And it's great to have an agile cruiser at legendary tier, but it's also great to have an agile cruiser that you can play in a division with an agile build. And Colbert definitely excels in divisions, and also solo. If you watched my Colbert video on how the ship actually did when it was out, you can see that it was a very nice start. It's definitely a powerful ship. As a high caliber here, only at 91,000. Oh, that's because there's 6 ships in the battle. Yeah, I forgot about that. I was thinking, oh, that's not a lot of damage at legendary tier. But of course, with only 6 ships, there's a lot less hit points to go around. So that's the reason. Now, this ship here actually came as a surprise to me when Wargaming said that it would be available for rental. I hadn't really looked much into Colbert, because I was more interested in Bayard, another French cruiser, and RV4, and Sau, and Hindenburg, all the other legendary cruisers. So I hadn't really studied a lot about Colbert, and once I heard about it, I looked it up online, and I still wasn't too impressed, but I can assure you that has changed since I tried the ship. It is a fabulous ship, and it's made for an agile build. Trust me on that. So if you enjoy agile builds, this is a ship that really benefits from popping on a high-level agile commander and some agile inspirations, and pretty much just go to town. Its weaknesses are actually quite huge, and not just metaphorically speaking here. The Yamato obviously is a huge problem, because it can overmatch you anywhere basically and citadel you from pretty much any angle. So yeah, you have to be very careful around Yamatos. Secondly, and actually more importantly, you have to be very, very careful around Minotaurs, because that British AP and fast firing guns, they just eat through your armor in no time. And remember, you only have 36,000 hit points in this cruiser here, so you don't need to take a lot of salvos from a Minotaur to be in real trouble. So this is definitely not a powerful ship like Weimar or anything like that. That's perhaps a little bit too powerful for its tier. Definitely not. This is actually quite a well-balanced ship that I found was exceedingly fun to play. And it's just a great addition to the game, and a fabulous addition to Legendary tier. It's exactly what's needed. It's something different than the Alaskas and the Stalingrads that are all about, bow tanking and just, sitting in one spot. This is more like mobile gameplay and opportunistic, fast interventions and stuff like that, which I really enjoy. It's a little bit like an Atago without torpedoes. So if you enjoy that playstyle, I can highly recommend this ship here, if it comes out unscathed. I mean, if Wargaming decides to nerf it, I don't know why they would do that. I guess they could, but it would be kind of a small nerf, I think. I don't think they're going to change the armor, because really that 32mm armor, although it sounds like a lot, if you look at that massive superstructure on this ship here, it really didn't feel like it was covered in 32mm when you were playing it. Definitely not. It actually didn't even feel like 30mm. It felt like you were getting punished if you weren't paying attention, which is fair enough. And like I said, yes, you can technically bow tank battleship shells except for Yamato, but any battleship player worth his salt will just aim for your superstructure, and then it doesn't matter. You can still get very nasty citadels that way. So yes, it is definitely not a point and shoot ship in any way, and it's actually quite challenging because you don't have the radar, and there we took a very nasty hit there, and that's what I mean. Like, you can be reduced to almost 0 health in very, very, very short time, and you gotta be careful with that. I don't know when the ship will come back, but I'm assuming it'll be back next update, because the rental was just a test to see if it was actually too powerful or too weak or whatever. And I'm kind of hoping that Wargaming has had a month to chew on the numbers and then probably make up their mind for this next release here in early February. I hope so. I don't know anything for sure. I have been asking, but I haven't heard anything back. The next question is, how is this ship going to be made available to players? Will it be a bureau project? I personally hope it won't be, because I cannot wait a month to get this ship. I've already waited a month, and I want it immediately. I want it as soon as the update lands, and that means that I would prefer it to be available for Green XP or Global XP, whatever you call it, so you can just buy it outright. That would be my preference, and would also make the ship quite rare, I think, because I don't think many people would sacrifice 2 million Global XP for this ship here when there's ships like Stalingrad available, and also Minotaur in the bureau. Of course some people would, but and I would be absolutely one of them, but it would be quite a rare ship, which would be a good thing. The last option that I can think about is to make the ship available for steel, and I definitely don't hope that Wargaming goes that way. And just by the way here, look how I used the rudder to avoid all those nasty Minotaur shells, because I can only take about 1 shell, and yep, that's agile cruisering for you right there. But anyway, like I say, it's possible, it's just me thinking here, that this ship could be available for steel, and if that's the case, then I will be very disappointed, because that's gonna take forever to get, and I might as well just forget about this ship, because a tier 7 battleship is 30,000 steel. So I would assume a legendary ship would be 50,000 steel, or perhaps even more, perhaps even 100,000, who knows. And I mean, honestly, who is able to save up that much steel? It will take years. So I find it unlikely that it'll be available for steel. And like I said, I really hope it's available for Green XP, or perhaps in the bureau, or perhaps both. Who knows? It could be a nice new change to the game. So I just want to underline again that this is all speculation from my side. I don't know anything for sure. I don't know when the ship will be available. I don't know how much it'll cost. I don't even know what currency it'll be available as or for. And like I said, I'm hoping it'll be out next update. I really hope so. But I mean, you can never know. It's up to Wargaming in the end. And well, I just hope that they give us this ship as quickly as possible, because it's what will make a player like me spend more time at Legendary tier, and honestly, we need more people up at the Legendary tier, especially people who don't play battleships, because that's pretty much all you find at Legendary tier. Battleships and Shimagazes, and that's it. So we are slowly getting to the end of this video here, and pretty much all I want to say here is, where is my Colbert Wargaming? Where is it? It's time. Give it back to us. You dangled it in front of us for about a month. No, not even a month, a few weeks actually, and then you took it back, and well, I want it back. It's been long enough now. It's been a month. You have had time to do your tiny little adjustments and look at your spreadsheets and all the stuff that you do, and It's time. Give me back my ship. I know I'm not the only one who thinks this, because obviously I hang out with other agile cruiser aficionados, and I believe every single one of us is very excited for this ship's return. And we'll just finish off with a very nice agile maneuver here where we avoid 2 salvos in 1. And that's the end of, I think it's the last Colbert video I have. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.